Hello, Stampin' friends, and welcome. This is Dee Osburn, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today, we'll be making this lovely Valentine's card for you to send to anyone. It says, "Love you so much." So I think it's a beautiful card. It's got lots of layers, lots of colors. It's very Valentine's-y, and we're going to make this card. I really love this card, and if you love it too, hit like, share, and subscribe. And leave me a comment and let me know how you like it. All comments I will respond back to. I'll be sure and comment back to you. Absolutely. So let's get started. Everything that you need to make this card will be listed below with the sizes and the links. And you can always go to www.deebeststamping.stampinup.net for a complete look at all the current products currently available. Don't forget, it is Sale-a-bration. So for every $50 that you spend, you can order something for free out of the Sale-a-bration catalog. All right, so the first thing that we need to make this card is a piece of basic white cardstock cut at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. That's our card base. Then we're going to use some of the Sweet Talk Designer Series paper, and this is lovely paper. I really like it. It's so cute, so Valentine's-y. So here's a look at it. So there's this page and the back of it, this paper, and here's the back of that. Okay, right? Love it. Love the purple and the pink and the red together. I don't think I would have ever thought to put those colors together, but they actually are just beautiful together. So there's that side of that. Then this one is, they're little lollipops. They're hearts and little round candy lollipops with little white hearts in the background as well. I can't pick this paper up. Trying to grab it. There we go. And then the other side is the dots. My dog is barking. And then the other piece, I only have a little bit left because I've been using it. I absolutely love it. Here's the two pieces that we're going to use, the back and the front, right? So cute. Such cute paper. So we're going to use these. And I will have the sizes listed down below. This piece is cut at 5.25 by 1 3/4, and this piece is cut at 5.25 by 3. So that's those two. We're also going to be using some Highland Heather and basic white cardstock, as well as a scrap of Real Red and Blushing Bride. So we're going to use those. Some scraps for that to cut out with the I forget what these are called. The scalloped contours, that's what they're called. That escaped me for a second. The scalloped contours dies are going to cut these two pieces out, the Highland Heather and the basic white. Then we're going to use this heart shape and this sentiment die from the Sweetheart dies, and they'll cut out the two hearts and the sentiment. We're also going to be using, for the sentiment, we'll be using this sentiment, "Love You So Much," from the Flowering Tulips Stamp Set. This is new in the mini catalog, and it's just so pretty. I just love it. But it says, "Love You So Much." That's the one that we're going to be using. And let's see, what else are we going to be using? We will also be using these polished dots. I love these. I just got these the other day. I've used them on another card, but I love them. They have like this Blushing Bride dot, which is what we're going to use, and then they have the clear. So we'll be putting those on there. We'll be using, I'm going to do something a little different with the new card. For this card, I used this gorgeous Grape Grossgrain ribbon right here. But for this one, I thought, oh, you know what? I think I'm going to use this. This is also Gorgeous Grape, but I think I'm going to use that one. I think it makes it pop. I love that. I'm going to try that. We'll see which one we like better. You can leave me a comment below and tell me when we're done which one you like better. Okay, what else do we need? Oh, yes, we also need some Gorgeous Grape ink. And I do believe that takes care of all of our supplies. I will make sure to list them all below with the sizes. For the Highland Heather paper, you just need a scrap big enough to cut that. And for the basic white, one big enough to cut that. And for the red, the real red and the blushing bride, just a little piece that's big enough to cut those. So let's get started. Let's start gluing some things together. We have our card base. We're not going to glue on it quite yet. We're going to use it as a guide for our paper that we're going to put on top. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this edge of the purple paper. It's purple on the other side, remember? And then I'm going to line it up with the heart patterned paper so that where it will fit on my card just exactly like I want it to. Okay, and I have just that extra minute to kind of put it where I want. And then that becomes one whole piece, right? So then before I can glue that down to my card base, I need to put my ribbon on here. So I'm going to cut a little piece of this off. My snips. Okay. And I'm going to use a glue dot to put the ribbon down. Some people use glue. Some people use tape. I'm going to just put a glue dot on there. And then, oops, it's not. There we go. And then I'm going to put one on the other side. And then it makes it just really easy to put it on here and fold it over. So I'm going to line it up with the edge of my purple paper. So if I put it over, I don't know, I just don't like that as much. I'm going to line it up with the edge of my purple paper. Okay. And turn it around, turn it over so that it sticks. Okay. And then I'll pull this down so that it's lined up. And then I'll turn it over and stick it down. Okay, now I can put this piece. I like that. I like it. It pops. It's a little darker than this one, and I think I like that. So now we're going to go ahead and glue this one down. So we'll put our multi-purpose glue. My glue is running low. It's almost time for a new one. Okay, and we'll put this on our card base. And we'll just center it on there real nice. Okay, there we go. The other thing that I like to do, because this card is going to be so heavy on the front, I like to put another piece of white on the inside. And this is cut at 5 1/4 by 4. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It just kind of evens out the weight of the card. Since I have so many layers on the front. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on the inside. Again, it's cut at 5 1/4 by 4, and it just evens out that weight. Okay, just makes it a little bit more quality of a card, I think, because you see the card and then you open it up and you're like, oh, well, this part's kind of flimsy. Well, it's not if you put that in there. So I like that. All right, so the next thing we have to do is we have to cut out all of these pieces. So we're going to cut out the Highland Heather and the basic white, and then our scraps with our hearts. So I'm going to go cut those out, and I'll come back, and then we'll do the sentiment after that. All right, so I just had a little scrap of red, like, I don't know, 2 by 2 is plenty big enough. So I had a little scrap of red, and I cut out the red heart. Okay, the red heart with the from the Sweetheart dies. It was in the Sweetheart dies. So I had that, and then I just had another little scrap of Blushing Bride that I cut the heart out with. Then for the scalloped contour dies, I just had a scrap of white, and I cut that out with a smaller one. And then I had a scrap of Highland Heather that I cut this one out with the bigger one. And so now we'll put those together, and then we'll do our sentiment. All right. So I have this piece, and I'm going to glue this piece to it with my multi-purpose glue. Okay. And we're just going to put that in the center. Isn't that cute? I just love these dies. They just step everything up so nicely. All right, so we have that. And then we'll put a little bit of glue on the back of the Blushing Bride one. And we'll put it, kind of put this with it to kind of get an idea. I think I'll probably want it about like that. Doesn't have to be exact. Okay, and then I'll put some glue on the back of this one. And we will put it on there kind of like that. All right. And then I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals to pop it up. And I typically use 4 of them. I'm sorry, 5 of them. 1 in each corner and 1 in the center. Whenever I have something bigger than a square, a small square, I typically put 1 in the center. Okay, because we don't want it to sag in the middle. Now I cut these out using those dies, and I used my cut and emboss machine. Stampin' Up has one. You could use a Big Shot or a Big Kick, or whatever you have to cut. Use the dies to cut those out. Okay, Stampin' Up has a really nice one. So we're going to put this on right about in the center. It's so easy and so quick. It just comes out so cute. So now we're going to use a scrap of white to stamp our love you so much. And that's this one right here. Love you so much. I don't know if you can see it. Love you so much. And we're going to get a scrap of white and stamp that with the gorgeous grape. So let me grab my scrap of white real quick. Okay, so we're going to get our gorgeous grape ink. Ooh, I almost wore that. And we're going to ink up our stamp, and we're going to stamp it. I wonder if this is, yeah, I can stamp it this way and not waste as much paper. So I'm going to stamp that right in the center. How beautiful. And then I'm going to get my Stampin' Scrub. Remember, it's got the wet side and the dry side, and you you spray some Stampin' Mist, and then you just clean see how it gets all soapy and cleans it up real good. And then you go to the dry side and dry it, and look how beautiful, clean that comes out. All right. So I'll close up my ink. And Make sure I don't have any ink on my hands. And I'll take this over to my cut and emboss machine, my die cut machine, and I will cut that out and I'll be right back. Okay, so there's that. So now I'm going to just put glue on the back on this side. I don't have to have a dimensional over here. I kind of like the way it's loose. So I'm just going to put some glue on this side of the sentiment. And I'm going to put it about right here. Make sure it's straight on there. And give it a minute to dry. While that's drying, I'm going to pull in my polished dots. And I'm going to use the smaller of the Blushing Bride ones. And I'm going to put one right here. And I'm going to put one right here. Do I want it? Let's see. Do I want it right here? Or do I want it right there? I want it right there. Okay. And then I'm going to put one more up here. There we go. Kind of make a little triangle there. I love it. This one could have come over here or maybe gone there. There's no wrong way to do it. It just steps it up a little bit, gives it a little more dimension. It helps your eye follow around the card. And there you have it. Isn't it just so cute? I just love it. If you love it or you didn't love it, whichever, go ahead and leave me a comment and tell me. And tell me which one you like better. Do you like the lighter gorgeous grape ribbon or the darker gorgeous grape ribbon? And I'll be sure to comment back to you. Don't forget, it is Celebration, so for every $50 that you order, Stampin' Up! Will allow you to order something free out of the Celebration catalog. And all orders of $40 or more will receive a bonus gift from me. So go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell if you'd like to be notified when I upload more videos. And I hope that you have all enjoyed this, and I will see you next time.